take this man from this day forward, for better, for worse, in sickness, to love and to obey, till death do you part. Do you want this man?
And into this silence, this tense expectation, all eyes upon you, all ears.
One day my prince will come. He doesn't have to be beautiful, but I do.
Don't be stupid. Prepare yourself. Be a clever virgin. Be ready. Wait for him. Wait. Don't be stupid, but don't be too clever either. Be delicate, but endure. Be slim, but voluptuous. Be small, but not invisible. Be tall, but not taller than him. Have a swan's neck, but don't be a goose. Be innocent, but know how to use your charms. Be sleeping beauty, but keep one eye open. Resist, but be irresistible. Be feminine.
Hide yourself.
So that he can seek you.
Be a proud castle.
So that he can assault you.
Be the promised land.
So that he can invade you.
Be an ivory tower.
So that he can admire you.
Be a closed door.
So that he can open you.
Be a violin.
So that he can make music.
Resist.
So he can conquer you.
Defend yourself.
So he can use force.
Be afraid of him.
So he can feel his omnipotence. Suffer pain so that he can fantasize pleasure.
In the beginning the Lord said, without pain there will be no pleasure.
Without her pain, there will be no pleasure for him.
For so long I lived with rape. As long as I can remember. Keep your legs still. Don't move. Keep your knees together, girl. Otherwise, somebody will steal something from you. Or a spider will run in. I believed it. I really thought it was a hole and anything could get in. And I couldn't help it. I didn't know. How could I know, Mama? I was not curious anymore to know. I stopped looking. I was forbidden to look. But fear, yes, I knew fear. Always fear. Fear that it had to happen. Fear of the wound. Fear of the fear. In the night, what if in the street, 48 steps from one street lamp until I reached the next, from one safe island of light to the other, and in between, the shadows grow in front of my feet, my own shadow, another, a man's, silence, only my steps, or are there other steps, darkness, lonely gardens on both sides. If somebody jumps out of the bushes, grabs me, what will I do? Scream? Will I be able to scream? My voice doesn't carry. Run? He'll be quicker than me. Or maybe, if I throw my heels away, I'll be able to run. If I throw my bag, if I run for my life. But if he catches me, will I fight? How? Scratch? Bite? He'll just beat me with his fist. And the pain, blood. And if there are two, and one holds me while the other, perhaps he won't kiss me. Perhaps I won't have to kiss him. I've read that it's better to be relaxed, taken by a man. Can a woman do anything but give in? A woman raped? Is it really so terrible? You don't die from it, do you? If I don't resist, he might not be violent and not hurt me too much. Maybe I could. I've been told that my body might find it exciting. Then maybe it won't hurt. If I try to imagine. They say all women know it. Could you be a woman without it? Without pain and blood? It has to happen, one way or another. Is rape like making love? Is making love rape? If only I am prepared. If I remember to give in. If I remember that it'll make me a woman. Oh, my Lord. If it finally happens so that I can know it and get used to it, will I no longer fear it? Each night I dream it, men, always, with guns, pistols, knives, after me. Each night I fight with death, and during the day learn about life. Strange, life. In my dreams I am always running, if only I knew where.
Well, it's certainly worthwhile.
Otherwise, they wouldn't all. And they get used to it. The appetite comes with eating.
Without pain, no pleasure.
One must not always think of oneself.
One must not always think of oneself.
One must renounce certain things in life. For the marriage, for harmony.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, they say.
They say,
It's worthwhile.
just wait and see.
You'll see, you'll see.
Just.
One day my prince will come. And if he doesn't come,
He comes. They always do. But how will he find her? Oh, yes, of course, through her shoe. He's got hold of her shoe at this great ball that he gave to find a bride and has fallen in love with a shoe. This causes him a lot of problems, for he can't possibly marry a shoe, even though it's the most delicate, tiny doll shoe that ever existed in his country. He has no choice but to find the foot that fits that adorable shoe. He has to find the tiniest foot in the country. And he goes and tries all the girls' feet, and all the girls try their best to fit the tiny doll shoe that will make them the bride of Prince Charming. Oh, how they try! They twist and squeeze their toes together, but alas, their toes are too long. Why don't you cut them off, a mother suggests. You won't need them anymore when you're the queen. And the daughter gets a knife, cuts off her toes, and oh wonder, she's the one who fits the shoe. Delighted, Prince Charming takes her on his horse, and off they ride toward his castle. But when they come to the forest, the pigeons call, "Rookity-coo, cookity-coo, blood is in the shoe." The prince stops, looks into the shoe, and disgusted, brings the bleeding woman back to her mother. Now the second daughter gets her chance. Hallelujah! Her toes fit. Alas, her heel sticks out. While she tries and pushes and presses, her mother whispers, "Why don't you cut off your heel? Then you will be the bride." And the girl cuts and fits, and radiant Prince Charming takes her upon his horse. But in the forest the pigeons call, "Rookity-roo, cookity-coo, blood is in the shoe." The prince turns round. Shit! Wrong again. And he delivers her right back to her mother. "Don't you have another one?" he asks, kind of depressed now because he has tried innumerable feet and is getting a little sick of all that blood. "No," she says, "only this dirty kitchen maid." "Okay," says the prince, for whom this doesn't matter. After all, he's after a foot. Let's give her a try. And thus, as we all know, Cinderella has her great moment. And as she is such a sweet doll and has such a sweet doll's foot, she fits the bloody shoe and becomes the happiest bride in the whole land. And if they've not yet died, they're still alive.
In the beginning of the beginning, there was
sea.
she. Essence, senses, sensual licks, soma, moon eye, wise open. Soul, surface, silver, slow.
Starts, spins, spirit, speeds, and change. She, 3. Spirals, snake, goddess self.
Circle, souls.
Snake-wise ways and waves, self-centered. Silence wakes wings. The goddess eye, sweet breathing, seeing.
We. Woman, loving woman. Out of her primordial oneness comes the other, in the image of sameness. Woman. And they know each other body to body, and breathing to breathing, being other and being one. Woman loving woman. Out of their oneness also came the other in the image of difference. Women gave birth to sons, and they all knew each other, body to breathing, when love of the body was sacred, as was love of the self. Women loving women, knowing the energies inside themselves transforming, and knowing how to transform energies, knowing, giving, receiving, giving and receiving life, listening to the messages and the magic of nature, giving form, guiding the rhythm of their breathing into sound, song, word, transforming earth, water, fire, forming signs, learning from their blood the knowledge of stars, tides, and time. Nourishing, giving their blood to the earth, receiving wisdom through growing and healing, giving and receiving life, knowing the triple passage, being born, dying, becoming reborn. These were the energies in Eve's garden. These were the energies in Eve's garden. The Garden of Eve. What God did not tell you. When man bit into Eve's apple, he saw the moon, and he felt dizzy. Snake stared at him with a spiral smile, and he felt his body weakening into the shape of a question. Quickly he straightened his back, lowered his eyes, and saw the grass moving. Snake again, coupling with her sister. They looked at him, curving their smiles, while Eve appeared, belly dancing. Chaos! Man cried, turning to the snake. Can't you do anything but spiral and smile?
This was man's first conscious rhetorical question, marking important progress in terms of his logic. He did not wait for an answer, but stepped on the snake's head.
Indeed, the snake became straight and stiff as a stick.
Look how I'm making order here, man said, feeling less dizzy. He discovered a whole new world lying at his feet, under his foot. The weakening question had found its answer, and man was finally able to recognize himself in the snake. He felt himself rising, objectively, measurably.
Perfection. The shortest connection between 2 points.
With this weapon, he could objectively defy the law of gravity, proving the imperfection of spirals, as well as the danger in belly dancing. He would straighten out everything in his own image, and he would straighten out Eve until she would recognize herself through him.
Thus man closed the Garden of Eve. He locked himself out and threw away the key.
This he called victory of culture over nature. Let there be light, and there was light. Man outshone the woman's triple moon with a much brighter and steadier star, a star that allowed him to measure his weapon every day. Enlightened, man called the woman's circle a whole, and he was the quadration of every circle. Enough with her triple oneness. His sacred principle would be duality, separation, the one excluding the other, either or, either man or woman, pepper or sugar, bulldozer or butterfly. And the more the two excluded each other, the more ingenious and exciting man saw his act of coupling them anyway.
And he looked at his work and saw that it was effective. He could not be the giver of life, so he became the master of death. He could not create life, so he created God.
A God in his own image, a jealous, revengeful, violent God whom he called Father. And as man himself was not able to transform energy inside his body, he decided that his God should avoid comparison and not have a body at all. God should be a head. In his headquarters, man invented the greatest story ever told. A story to be told all over the world. A story to be sold. The tale told how God did it. How he created the world, not giving birth, but orders. His world was bad and evil, and the tale told how God and man had to constantly better it with new weapons and wars, and how they had to better woman, whose fault it all was. Yes, God, like man himself, became an expert in destroying what he created. The fairy tale predicted that he would even come to destroy his own son in order to make up for all the uncontrollable life with perfectly controlled death. A death that would not lead to rebirth, oh no, to something much better. Something like an eternal erection, eternal life.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
No wonder woman had trouble believing in him. But man helped her believe.
He told her that if she and her children wanted to be protected from male violence, she better choose him as her protector. And he protected her. He separated her from herself, her mother, lover, sister. She became his private property, and men called this a holy state, marriage. And later, he called it love and the ideal couple.
This is how she, who had great power, was overpowered by death dressed as life, death dressed as love. From this day forward, there was something in women that died from living, and something that died from loving. Sometimes it was their bodies that died, but there was something in women that died even when they survived.
And man looked at his work and saw that it was effective, if not yet perfect.
Woman had not yet forgotten all she knew. Therefore, every daughter was a threat and had to be taught to forget. And every son, alas, was still the son of woman, tempted to stay with her. It was time that man taught his sons to forget their mothers. It was time that the son of woman met the son of man, God's son.
And man gave God's son, the son of man, all the virtues of woman. He was helpful and understanding. He had feelings and strong intuition.
Holly came from Miami, FLA. Hitchhiked away across USA. Plucked her eyebrows on the way, shaved her legs, and then he was a she. She says, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey honey, take a walk on the wild side.
He was able to nourish and heal. And these, done by a man, were called miracles. He loved mankind, having excellent relations with his father, denying his mother. After his father's orders, he suffered humiliation and physical pain gracefully, and gave himself to death like an innocent bride on her wedding night.
And the colored girls say, do 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 do.
It was so moving to see a man do what women were doing that it moved the world for almost 2,000 years. Everyone fell in love with him, mothers, fathers, daughters, and sons.
It was the age of love.
Fathers loved to see everybody, mothers, daughters, and sons, sacrifice themselves for the sake of their sacred order. For now, orders were love, and love was order. And all of this self-sacrificing and suffering for love, the Father's love, was called passion, the passion of Christ. Nobody was alone anymore. Everybody was coupled in the image of God's sameness as the one who orders and the one who obeys. They were all sitting in the same boat, ordering and obeying love, sailing over the spiraling waters of disorder to paradise, called
All Men Are Brothers.
Luckily, men had not yet invented mass media. And so he could spend many hundreds of years with holy wars, crusades, and witch hunts in order to get his message of love around. By the 20th century, there was so much loving order under man's foot that he could let his God die. Man was sitting on the throne of the world himself and did not really need God anymore.
But on Sundays, women and children were still allowed to get him out of his glass coffin.
Recently, however, things have changed measurably. Statistics show that there is a leak in the boat, no proper heating on the throne,
and daughters are leaving. God might be needed again, for daughters are leaving, and the sons might follow. God might have to add another chapter to the greatest story ever told. Fathers are worried. Will it work out one more time? Or will it be better to blow it all up, saying, Amen? What shall the next chapter say? Will it tell about how God had a daughter, and from her godly kiss, his lifeless body got pregnant with life? Now that you know what God did not tell you, what do you do? How do you do? Do you light a cigarette? Do you order 2 meatballs in caper sauce? Do you invite your girlfriend out to dance? Might be your last chance. Might be the beginning of the end. But it might also be the beginning of the beginning. Are you nervous? Do you hear the goddess clapping and clapping? Her one hand
come on and reach, honey. Can't you see? I'm no good without you, at least for now. Take my lips, I want to lose them. Oh, take my arms, I'll never use them. You know that your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. Oh my, how can I go on, dear, without you? Well, I could, but you took the part so close to my heart. So why not take all of me?
I know more about the sweetness of woman than any man in 5,000 years, naming and claiming her flesh. She is the landmark of my mind, my flight. She is the land, unpromised island. Unpromised island. Her memory is membered in my hand. Warmful trust in earth to lie on, face to breathing, body to body, solar, immuned. Lips silent, licking each other's wounds, the fear we were taught. Tiding in times to come. Our time comes tiding. Rounding and rounding the edges of feelings with thought. Within our sameness, amazed, we seek the broken roads of childhood back into the catching net of smells, spelling the alphabet of rapture beyond defeat. Listening to teeth and tongue, peeling a cherry, slowly revealing the sweet bleeding fruit, sun body warm. Touching the secret, sacred, in circles. Touching in circles. Innocence of Eve in her garden. Knowing all. In the beginning, she planted her eyes into mine, and we made rain. And we made rain. They say, have said, will say, we are passive. Yes. We know how not to do what they are doing, which is undoing what they have done. We are grit in their brains. They say we are deceivers.
Do-ya, do-ya, ooh, 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 shabada, shabada.
Yes. Each of us who has once turned her coat to play the game will turn it again. Our exceptions never confirm their rule. They say we are unclean. Yes, we have kept wiping the dirt they left behind, while they kept marching forward, searching for the final solution, their hygiene, to wipe us out. We are dust in their machines. They say we are ignorant. Yes, we have not learned their lesson of death. They say we are naive. Yes, we believe in miracles, having survived. And our belief will survive our dying. They say we are matter. Yes, and they recognize that matter is radiant energy, ever moving, inexplicable. And they can't explain why we are moving away. They say we are mules. Yes, we are obstinate. Born to carry more than our own weight, we stubbornly carry each other away. Where there is a way, there is a will. They say we are witches. Yes. We are closing our circles against violence, dispelling manipulation. Their parallels will never meet in the infinity of our circles. They say we are spinsters. Yes. We are spinning the thread that guides us back into the labyrinth, where they won't find us when they come to kill. They say we are lunatics. We are the moon. Yes, we will not take on their reason and give up, changing. Another beginning with every moon reborn. They say we are nature. Yes, and they would never have said so, had they known that through us, nature would grow conscious. Had they known that we would say yes, through us nature is becoming culture. We say, our culture. We say, our culture will be... will be. I'm trembling. You got the touch. I'm under. And you got the power.
The gym teacher. Oh yes, oh yes.
It's not 'cause I wouldn't, it's not 'cause I should, and you know darn well, then it's not 'cause I couldn't. It's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town.
Fingers are good for lots of things.
You're looking good. You want to know how I keep this tired, battered old body in shape, folks? I tell you how. The same way we're going to get the whole goddamn world into shape. Drugs!